Hello, welcome back to the Pedestal Wife Society. My name is Brell, and I want you to come to the front. Today, we're going to focus in on the fact that you are suppressing, you're making yourself small, you're diminishing yourself in order to be accepted in society. Let's talk about your dark side, your AKA your shadow side. You're pretending that it doesn't exist because you're trying to buy into a brand of femininity that you don't fit in. And see, this is going to prevent you from tapping into your divine feminine faster. When you integrate your shadow self, your AKA dark side, into your whole being, you integrate it instead of suppress it, you cultivate it and develop it, and you tap into your divine feminine faster. See, I see you because I recognize you because I was you. I was the woman. And I've talked about the fact that I was raised by my grandmother, and she tried to breed in these ladylike lessons of a Southern belle. And yes, I still cherish that part. I cherish those lessons. I cultivate and utilize this in all of my training. But I don't want women to suppress themselves. I don't want you to ignore that you have some envy, that you're jealous. I don't want you to ignore that you're passionate. I don't want you to ignore that you desire certain things. And see, that's the part that I tried to do also. I tried to pretend that I didn't desire certain things, that I wasn't passionate, or that I didn't have a certain little jealousy in myself, towards other women. And I tried to pretend and fit myself into this box of what a lady, a Southern belle is supposed to be. And I always felt like something was missing. So I always felt like I was operating at half mask, at the half mask of what a woman, or what I would always wanted to be. And I think that prevented me for a very long time from tapping into my divine feminine. And I learned from my mistakes. When I recognized that, yes, I feel a little jealous because she has everything that I wanted, or I was envious because she looked a certain way, or that I desired certain things. And why couldn't I just be happy because I had these things? Why couldn't I just be in gratitude? When I stopped looking at these things as though that they were bad, and that made me a bad person, and I stopped suppressing these feelings within myself, and I started, instead of suppressing, I started developing them, and to make them into, I started making them more sophisticated. Instead of sitting here looking and feeling that I'm a bad person because I have a level of jealousy into me, and it was focused on another woman, I started looking at that woman that I was jealous of, and started looking at what can I take from what she has and cultivate it in myself so I can become better. I stopped looking at it as it's a bad thing, or it's something I should hide, or I should pretend that I don't feel, and started transmuting those desires and those feelings within myself so that I can become better. And it helped me to tap into my divine feminine. So you know what it did for me as a parent? Because I came across these very things in my young girls, because I have teenage girls. If you don't know, I have a 16-year-old and a 17-year-old. Instead of trying to crush that thing in them or suppress that thing in them, I started developing and cultivating it. When I came across my 16-year-old daughter, she's very passionate about the things that she has in life. And since she was very passionate, a lot of times what it would lead to is a lot of debates and emotions that she didn't know how to contain at that age. Instead of teaching her to contain them or to make herself less, what I started doing, developing her passion, having her recognize when someone's energy is closed and they're not open to a discussion, having her realize, instead of leading to the lanes of debates where you're trying to put your opinions on another person, learn how to have a discussion. Learn how to recognize when her emotions are just all over the board and it's no longer a discussion, it's become a debate. This has helped her develop and cultivate and sophisticate her passion and utilize it for her to up-level and touch and tap into divine feminine energy easier. Especially when I realized what I went through as a child, trying to be a, the Southern belle, and realizing that what I did, instead of cultivating being a Southern belle, what those trainings did, they actually made me less. They made me feel like I couldn't speak up for myself, and I lost myself in that process. Because you're not supposed to lose yourself in your journey to being divine feminine. You're supposed to learn how to cultivate and sophisticate and transmute the things that you have, the things that are you, to make yourself whole. And see, when I realized what was done to me, and instead of looking down on those lessons, I still utilize those lessons today. They were absolutely needed. I just realized that instead of making myself smaller and speaking softly, I just need to learn how to assert myself. I need to learn how to look at the cues and the context clues that I'm giving to if someone is open or if the energy is open to a discussion. But with her, I recognized what was done, what was missing in my growth and what I needed, and how I can assist her. Instead of trying to crush her or suppress these things in her, we cultivated these things in her. A lot of people are so impressed by her language and her communication skills, and how she utilizes her passions to up-level her, and it just helps her tap into divine feminine when she is accepted and she is whole. See, this is the thing is really missing in the feminine conversation. When you try to suppress or crush that thing that's in you, instead of use it to up-level yourself and go to that next level and tap into that divine feminine, what happens is you walk or you place yourself in some feminine archetype that you truly aren't. I've come across a lot of women who think there are certain things and they aren't, because they haven't done any of the inner work for their shadow. They haven't done any of the inner work for that dark side of that personality. They've just done a lot of suppression. They just done a lot of, let's pretend that this thing doesn't exist. So they put themselves into a slot of feminine archetype they really don't exist in. And the thing is, this thing isn't helping you. Pretending that you are one thing that you are not isn't helping you to up-level and tap into your divine feminine faster. You will tap into your divine feminine faster when you stop pretending and suppressing that you are one thing, because you aren't. Stop pretending that you don't have certain feelings or certain desires or certain passions, and utilize them and cultivate them and direct them so that they can be utilized into your up level. This will help you to become whole, and that is what divine feminine truly is. It is you becoming whole and integrating your shadow self into your entire personality, into your entire being. This will help you show up authentically into who you really want to be. And this is what I feel like I've helped my daughter to be. Instead of crushing her, suppressing her, and tell her she can't be this because she has to be a lady. She can't be this because she has to be soft-spoken. She can't be this because she has to dress a certain way. What we have done, we have learned to help her to recognize who she truly is and develop it and cultivate it so she can up-level and become the being that she is always meant to be. And this is what all women need to be doing. You need to develop your shadow side, your AKA dark side, so you can tap into your divine feminine faster. And this will make you be whole versus you feel like you don't fit in. You feel like that you're not whole. You feel like you're not operating in the manner of femininity that you're supposed to be operating in. So let's start tapping in, ladies. Stop running away from your shadow, your dark side. Stop pretending that it's evil. Stop suppressing it. Stop acting like it doesn't exist, because that is the key to your up level. That is the key to your being your divine feminine. That's the key to waking up who you truly were meant to be. And I will see you all in the next one. You all have a great one. Bye.